Hey guys, Rogue Deck Builder with you, and today I have special deck for all of you. In today's video, I'll actually share with you my deck list that I used at my league this weekend. I actually won that league with a little bit of luck, I should say that. I played versus Venusaur, Blacephalon. Um, Also, last round, my friend actually um, draw with me, and which was the deck that I played. And I think I played versus. I can't remember which deck was. Oh, and against Tapu Bulu. I mean, that was a very close matchup because Tapu Bulu is not weak, but luckily with those choice bands and Lurantis, I was able to simply go through them as well. So I played Charizard and Flareon. So I'm just gonna start with a deck list. So I played one copy of a Absol in this build. Absol, very good card. I mean, basically with the Absol, you can simply, sorry for the lighting. My battery is actually low, so unfortunately, it's a little bit bad light. Absol good, mainly versus Jirachis. Also good versus Inkay, so I decided to play one, as well as one copy of Ditto. I mean, why in the world? Why in the world I'm playing Ditto if I'm also playing Lurantis? Well, trust me, I have no clue why I didn't take Fomantis inside, because with Rare Candy you can't go from Ditto to Charizard, but my original deck list had also Charmeleon, and that was the only reason why I also included that Ditto as well. Lurantis with Sunny Day is a very good deck here. You're gonna probably ask yourself why in the world I played Lurantis. Well, imagine having Charizard with 2 energies with ability and 1 energy from a hand manually attached. That's 150 plus 30, it is 180. And with the choice band, it is 210. So it is mainly enough for the one-hit knockout versus... Actually, it is 210, which is enough for the one-hit knockout against 210 HP Pokemons. But what if you face, for example, Gardevoir, which is 230, then Lurantis can actually add that extra damage. What if you don't have Choice Band, or what if you have Choice Band but only 2 energies, and that's like 160, and then with Lurantis you can pull up the damage up to 180 and at least one-hit knockout something like, your opponent Tapu Lele, for example, enough for the one-hit knockout versus Blacephalon with 2 energies, and actually Lurantis helped me a lot, to be honest. I played also 2 copies of Jirachi. Played also 2 copies of Jirachi with the Stellar Wish. Jirachi very good, mainly because you can grab easily, resources that you need. I played 2 copies of Eevee, obviously with Energy Evolution, and also 2 Flareons. And yeah, this is the part when I'm just gonna say that I didn't find myself to need 2 copies of Eevee, neither 2 Flareons. So probably in a future build, I will think about removing probably one of each Eevees and Flareon, and maybe adding 2 Charmeleons would be much better in my opinion. Flareon GX good for the turn 1 where you can simply heat stage. Also good for the late game when you can just attach energy to Eevee, search your deck for Flareon, use Power Burner GX for 20 times each energy in your discard pile. Obviously, this deck list plays 4 copies of Charmanders. I decided to go with those with the Emperor, and then I also played, quite obvious, 4 Charizards. So that's the Pokemon lineup. Pokemon lineup was right here. From supporter cards, I decided to play 3 copies of Guzma, pretty much. I go for consistency with this deck list, so I decided to place 4 copies of Lily and 4 copies of Cynthia as well. Sometimes I find myself in a position where I didn't have, that Tapu Lele, which was very useful mainly for that, supporter search or maybe Marshadow. So I'm also thinking about in the future deck list maybe to remove that one line of Eevee and Flareon, and maybe adding that Charmeleon times 2, or maybe just adding one Charmeleon because I'm already playing with the Ditto, and maybe even going with something like, you know, I don't know, Tapu or Marshadow. I will just need to find out. More testing, more practice. Also played at Heat Factory, very useful stadium. I saw also other decks playing Shrine of Punishment, but since I played 2 Flareons, I actually decided to avoid that. But Shrine of Punishment is a very good thing because you can add those extra damage counters. 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Energy Recycle, and then 2 copies of a Skateboard, so I can have that for retreat, either way with a Charmander or with that Jirachi. Eevee unfortunately has to retreat cost, which is just, you know, mind-blowing thing. This is probably the only Eevee that has 3 retreat cost in my opinion. I know that the old school Eevee from, I think it was Plasma, I don't know, it was from Furious Fist with the exact same ability. I think he had 1 retreat cost, so that's the reason why I like him much more. I just surprised myself when I saw, like, a few months ago in the live stream Eevee with 2 retreat cost. I didn't even pay attention because I knew that Eevee was always, you know, card with 1 retreat cost. 2 choice bands. Maybe even having extra Skateboard in some situations would be very useful. 3 copies of Nazball and 4 copies of Ultra Ball I also played for the setup. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, many times, I mean, I also saw some decks that played 4 Nazball, 4 Ultra Ball, you know, 4 Lilies, 4 Cynthias, and just no Lurantis, no Ditto. But since my meta is very weird, and since I expected maybe to play against even Gardevoir or something like that, I just, you know, decided to have that backup solution with Lurantis. But I also decided to have that Lurantis as a tank just in case, you know, if I will not have, you know, that extra energy available, so at least I can go for like 180 against something. I also played obviously 4 copies of Rare Candy in this deck list, and you're probably wondering how many energies did I use. Well, 14 energies in total. I will definitely looking forward trying to improve this deck even more. What I have on my mind, definitely some changes, definitely more testing. I'm also thinking about, you know, even having option to play Super Boost Energy. In order to have a Super Boost Energy available, you need to have 3 Stage 2 Pokemons in play, so it's not that super easy to get Charizards in play. But if I remove my Lurantis and Ditto, and if I cut 1 line of Eevee and Flareon, then I can have even more flexibilities, where I can simply have even more options available, like maybe 2 Charmeleons with 4 copies of Rare Candy. Maybe I can even keep that Ditto and going on with Zebstrika, maybe even trying to find a way to tag another Skateboard, or maybe 3rd Jirachi, so I can have much better chance to start with Jirachi. But overall, I like the deck list, and it is a very consistent deck list overall. Charizard is a very nice deck if you like to play something that's not top competitive, but that can still, you know, beat any deck in the format. And if you're looking for a lot of fun and excitement, I definitely recommend you to try this Charizard Flareon GX deck, because it's a very interesting and funny deck to be used. Also, in some situations, you're probably wonder how Lurantis can also be useful. So since we all know that hitting for 240 is not going to be super easy, mainly because with 3 energies on Charizard and with the Choice Band, we're hitting for 210, right? That's exactly enough for the knockout versus Lucario, versus Blacephalon, versus Lycanroc, versus Tapu Bulu, versus, you know, Zoroark, but it's not enough for the one-hit knockout versus those tag team Pokemons. And what actually caught my eyes was that Bright Flame 190 attack, where theoretically I could hit stage into Bright Flame, and then with Lurantis on the bench and Choice Band, I could theoretically pull for like 240 which would be actually in that case enough for the one-hit knockout versus, for example, Pikachu and Zekrom tag team. And that deck is very popular in the standard format, and that was also the reason why I find out that Lurantis would be very useful deck in my opinion. And this is the reason why I also decided to play Lurantis. Overall, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoy watching this video, so make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Also, make sure to leave comments below, let me know what you think about it. So yeah, have a nice day. We'll see you next time. So till then, cheers.